Hello everyone. In our theory of macroeconomics, we know how important gross domestic product is. And we have discussed na yung ating gross domestic product is composed of several expenditure in the form of consumption kapag ang nag-spend ay yung household natin. Kapag naman ang gumastos is yung business, that will be in the form of investment. And kapag ang gumastos naman ay government, that will be in the form of government expenditure. And the way that a country is spending, nakadepende yan sa kanyang tinatawag nating MPC or marginal propensity to consume. So ano ba yung sinasabi ng MPC na ito? Basically, this number indicates kung ilang percent yung ginagamit ng nation for expense purposes sa bawat piso na kanyang makukuha na income. So for example, let's say yung household natin ay nabigyan ng piso, so may karagdagang income na piso, ilang percent doon sa piso na yun ang kanyang ginagamit na pambili ng goods and services sa kanyang bahay. So dito sa example na to, we have an MPC of 0.75, which means sa bawat piso na nakakalap na income ni household, 75 cents nung piso na yon or 75% nung piso na yon ay ginagamit niya to buy goods and services that is essential for that household. Now, I would like to illustrate to you a particular effect called expenditure effect based from this marginal propensity to consume. And as it turns out, makikita natin na ang expenditure pala ay hindi straightforward na kung ito yung na-receive niyang income, ang expenditure is automatic equating to the income that was received. So for example, kapag ang isang tao ay naka-receive ng additional 100 pesos, hindi pala 100 pesos rin yung nagiging expense sa economy. Because we have a particular model called the multiplier effect. So this is how it works. In theory, and to simplify it, let's assume na mayroon ka lang dalawang agent sa iyong ekonomiya. Okay? So your country has only two agents. You have a fisherman, so may fisherman ka, and you have a carpenter. Now, let's assume na itong fisherman natin ay binigyan natin ng 1,000 pesos. Ang kanyang marginal propensity to consume is 0.75. So that means, si fisherman, kung gagastusin niya ang kanyang pera, syempre dadalawa lang yung tao sa economy, no? Gagastusin ni fisherman yung pera niya kay carpenter. And gagastusin yung 1,000 na yun, ang gagastusin niya is 75% of that 1,000. So 1,000 times 0.75 or 75% of 1,000, yun yung gagamitin niya na pera and spend it on the carpenter. So sa madaling salita, si fisherman, siya ay mag-i-spend ng 750 pesos. So that's 1,000 times 0.75 or 75% of 1,000 kay carpenter. So syempre, si carpenter ay naka-receive na ngayon ng 750 pesos. Dahil ang MPC sa bansa na yun is 0.75, si carpenter gagamitin niya yung pera na to, yung 750, para ipanggastos, pambili ng isda kay fisherman. Pero ang kanyang marginal propensity to consume lang ay parehas. It's 0.75. So that means, yung 750 pesos na na-receive niya, i-multiply ulit natin sa 0.75 or 75% of 750, yun naman ang gagastusin niya pabalik kay fisherman. So that is 562.5 pesos. So naka-receive ulit si fisherman ng 562.5 pesos. So 75% of that, so 75% ulit nito, dahil nga 0.75 ang kanyang marginal propensity to consume, gagastusin niya pabalik kay carpenter. So that's 421.88. Now, yung 421.88 na na-receive ni carpenter times 75% again, gagamitin niya pambili ng isda kay fisherman. So that's 316.41. Yung 316.41 na to, gagamitin ni fisherman na pambili ng bahay kay carpenter, papagawa ng bahay kay carpenter, 75% of that again. Okay, so 75% of that again kasi nga ang MPC is 0.75. So that's 237.31. And the carpenter as well, gagamitin niya ulit yung 75% nito, 237.31 para pambili ng isda kay fisherman. And that is 177.98. And so on and so forth hanggang sa maging zero yung initial na pera na binigay natin kay fisherman. So if you're going to look at it, ang binigay lang natin na pera kay fisherman is 1,000. Pero yung worth of expenses that was generated is more than 1,000. Diba? More than 1,000. Kasi if you can add 750 plus 421 plus 237 plus 177.98 plus 316.41 plus 562.5, that is already more than 1,000. So ano ibig sabihin yan? Yung 1,000 pala na pera na binigay natin kay fisherman, nag-generate siya ng expenses, okay? Nag-generate siya ng expenses sa economy natin that is more than the initial value. Okay? More than the initial value. It is as if yung pera na to ay nag-multiply, okay? Nag-multiply siya in terms of expenses. And yan yung tinatawag nating konsepto ng expenditure multiplier. So what is expenditure multiplier? Expenditure multiplier typically shows yung how much total economic output or GDP will increase or decrease in response to initial changes in spending by household, businesses, or the government. So sinasabi niyan, kung tataas by this much, kung tataas by this much ang expenses ni household, magkano talaga yung naidadagdag sa ating GDP? Okay? Magkano talaga yung naidadagdag sa GDP? Yan yung sinasagot ng expenditure multiplier. Kapag bumaba naman, let's say, yung expenses ng household, business, or government, magkano naman talaga yung actual na pagbaba sa GDP in the form of expenses. So yan yung tinatanong, yan yung sinasagot ng multiplier. So to simplify it, for example, mayroon kang multiplier na 2, okay? Ang multiplier mo ay 2, tapos ang naidagdag na expense na pera sa economy mo, let's say in terms of government expenses, nagdagdag tayo ng 1 million worth of government expenses, ang actual na dagdag sa ating GDP is not 1 million but rather 1 million times 2. So that's ang dagdag talaga sa ating gross domestic product is 2 million pesos. Okay? So yan yung effect ng expenditure multiplier. So napakahalaga nito. Kasi kung ang isang economy may tinatarget silang gross domestic product, kumari ang tinatarget nilang gross domestic product ay 2 million, it is not necessary pala na 2 million yung i-invest nila na government expenditure para ma-generate yung 2 million increase in GDP. Kung ang multiplier mo pala ay 2, possible na 1 million lang. Paano kung ang multiplier mo ay 10? Kung ang multiplier mo ay 10, 100k lang pala yung kailangan mong idagdag sa economy mo para makapag-generate, tama ba? Yeah, para makapag-generate ng 1 million worth of GDP. Okay? So, let's talk about the formula for the expenditure multiplier. The multiplier has this formula. We have 1 over 1 minus your marginal 1 over 1 minus your MPC or your marginal propensity to consume. Kaya mahalaga na alam natin yung ating MPC in order to determine our multiplier. Now, ano itong 1 minus MPC na to? Now, we know na 1 minus MPC is actually your MPS or your marginal propensity to save. Remember, your MPC plus your MPS is always equal to 1. So kapag hindi mo mahanap yung MPS mo, ano yung formula ng MPS? MPS is actually 1 minus MPC. Kaya, sa madaling salita, yung ating multiplier can have this formula, 1 over MPS, para lang mapasimple yung ating computation. So, let's start now to better understand this concept by answering 3 questions. Okay? So let's say sa bansa ng Westeros, okay? So sa country Westeros, sabi ng presidente, gusto daw niyang mapataas yung GDP ng 500 million pesos. Okay? So gusto niya mapataas yung GDP ng 500 million pesos and tinatanong niya kayo, bilang kayo ang kaniyang ekonomista, kung magkano daw ba yung idadagdag sa ating government expenditure. So ang ginawa mo, nag-research ka and napag-alaman mo na ang MPC sa bansa mo is 0.8. Okay? 0.8 meaning sa bawat piso na pera na idadagdag as a form of income, 80% nun or 80 cents ay ginagamit na panggastos, pambili ng goods and services. So kung ang MPC mo is 0.8, ano ngayon ang MPS? So MPS is 1 minus 0.8, so MPS is 0.2. So ano ulit yung ating problem? The problem is, tinatanong ng presidente ng Westeros sa'yo, how much government spending will you add para ma-hit mo yung target na 500 million pesos. So anong gagawin natin? The first step is to compute for the multiplier. And multiplier is basically 1 over MPS. And alam na natin kung anong ating MPS is, it's 0.2. So multiplier is 1 over 0.2. Then you now have a multiplier of 5. So 5 ang iyong multiplier. So since ang goal ay pataasin yung GDP mo, yung expenses mo ng 500 million pesos, ilan talaga in actual money yung kailangan maidagdag sa government expenditure? Magkano? So ang gagawin mo, kukunin mo yung 500 million na to at i-divide mo siya sa 5. Okay? So 500 million pesos divided by 5 now is equal to 100 million pesos. So anong ibig sabihin yan? Para makapag-generate ka pala ng 500 million peso worth of expenditure na maidadagdag sa iyong gross domestic product at ang MPC mo ay 0.8, ang kailangan mo lang pala is 100 million pesos na idadagdag sa government spending. So the answer is, sasabihin mo dun sa presidente ng Westeros, Sir, kailangan nyo lang pong mag-add ng 100 million pesos para makapag-generate ng karagdagang 500 million pesos in gross domestic product, provided na ang MPC mo ay 0.8. So that's the first problem. I hope nakuha nyo yung usefulness nung theory na to in terms of determining kung ano yung actual na idadagdag lang na amount ng pera versus the effect niya sa increase ng gross domestic product. Now, let's move forward to another problem. So let's say same country, so si Westeros pa rin, for some reason, siguro nagkaroon ng taghirap doon sa bansa na yon or biglang for some reason nagtipid yung mga tao, napansin ng economic team ng Westeros na bumaba ang spending ng 20 million pesos. Now, bumaba yung spending ng 20 million pesos. Ang MPC during those time naman is 0.5, which means sa bawat piso na income, 50% nun or 50 cents ay ginagamit to buy goods and services. So kung ang MPC mo ay 0.5, ano ang MPS? 1 minus 0.5, so MPS is 0.5. So nagkaroon ng reduced spending na 20 million pesos. Ngayon, gusto nating malaman magkano talaga yung nawala sa GDP. Kung na-reduce yung spending ng 20 million pesos for some reason, how much did the total expenditure actually decreases? Or magkano talaga yung naibawas niya sa ating gross domestic product? Yun yung problem. So we are going to solve ulit, first and foremost, yung ating multiplier. So gagamitin natin yung formula na to. 1 over MPS, yan yung multiplier. So we have 1 over 0.5 kasi yun yung MPS natin. It's 0.5. And the multiplier now is 2. Okay? Now we know na na-reduce yung spending ng 20 million pesos. Pero magkano talaga in actual yung nabawas sa gross domestic product? Kung ang multiplier mo ay 2, ang gagawin mo naman, i-multiply mo yung 2 na to sa 20 million na nabawas sa consumer spending. So 2 times 20 million, then ang sagot niyan is 40 million pesos. So what does that mean? In actuality, yung 20 million na nabawas sa spending, kung ang MPC nung bansa is 0.5, ang actual na naibawas sa gross domestic product, is actually 40 million. So 20 million lang na naibawas sa spending, pero dahil ang multiplier mo ay 2, dahil MPC ay 0.5, ang actual na naibawas sa iyong GDP is actually 40 million pesos. Okay? O last problem. O let's say, again, si Westeros ulit yung bansa. Si government nag-inject ng pera. So in the form of government expenses, nag-inject ng pera si government sa kanyang ekonomiya worth 250 million pesos. So naglagay siya ng 250 million pesos sa government projects, infrastructures, etc. Ang MPC during those time is 0.9. Okay? Ibig sabihin, 90% of piso or 90 cents ay ginagamit ng household to buy goods and services for their household. Kung ang MPC mo is 0.9, ano ngayon ang MPS? Diba? So MPS is 1 minus 0.9, so MPS now is 0.1. Nag-inject ng 250 million yung government ng Westeros. Therefore, ang tanong is, magkano talaga yung expenditure na naidagdag in terms of gross domestic product? Naglagay tayo ng pera na 250 million pesos and gusto nating malaman magkano yung naidagdag ng ng amount na to sa ating actual GDP. Okay? Yun yung gusto nating malaman. Nagdagdag ka ng 250 million pesos na funds sa economy, pero magkano talaga yung naidagdag sa actual GDP? So again, kukumpitin natin yung multiplier. So multiplier is actually 1 over MPS. So we now know that our MPS is 0.1. So that's 1 divided by 0.1. Ang multiplier mo na ngayon ay 10. So anong gagawin mo para makuha yung actual GDP that was added by the injected fund of 250 million pesos? So 250 million, i-multiply mo siya sa multiplier na 10. So 250 million times 10, that is 2.5 billion pesos. Okay? So 2.5 billion pesos pala yung naidagdag. Okay? 2.5 billion pesos yung actual na naidagdag sa gross domestic product mo nung nag-inject yung presidente ng Westeros ng 250 50 million pesos. So I hope nakuha natin yung concept on how the MPC determines the multiplier and how the multiplier now determines yung actual GDP na naidagdag from the change in the income or funds that is added to your economy. So before I end this lecture, I would like to present to you yung effect ng MPC and MPS sa multiplier. Now, when we're talking about the effect of MPC to multiplier, ang kanilang relationship is direct. Ibig sabihin, habang tumataas yung ating marginal propensity to consume, yung ating multiplier din ay tumataas. Kapag bumababa naman ang marginal propensity to consume, ang multiplier din ay bumababa. Okay? How about MPS? Ang relationship ng MPS sa multiplier naman ay inverse, which means when your MPS is getting higher, your multiplier will actually go lower, bababa. In contrast, kung ang iyong MPS ay pababa naman, ang multiplier mo ay pataas. So that is the relationship of MPC and multiplier and the relationship of MPS and the multiplier.